I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NYMania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching YankeeMania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe, for those introductions.
What an intro. I love that, Joe. Come on.
I love it, man.
Now we have a soundbite for basically everybody on the team, so
that's right.
It all works out. But what's up, everyone? What's up?
What's going on?
How you guys doing? From the Super Bowl.
What's up?
Chef Nick.
It's been a while. Chef Nick, Evan, everybody else in the chat. What's up, everyone in the panel? It's been a busy week for us down here in San Francisco. Look, as you can see, I'm still at the radio row here. Everybody's wrapping up, but still doing live shows here with some people. They're doing some live shows still here, but most of the people are gone. But it's been a crazy week. A lot of celebrities, athletes coming in, and it's amazing. So now it gets down to the grittiness. With Sunday being the Super Bowl and tomorrow being the last day of pregame work and all. So a lot of things going down.
Yeah, I want a picture with you, Nathan.
Huh?
I want a picture.
Hey, stay tuned. More. I was with Jerry Rice this morning, Joe Montana, Doug Flutie. It was crazy. It's crazy.
That's insane. I bet everybody's having a good time and seeing everybody catching up with a lot of people. It must be fun.
Yeah, all the players. It was great reuniting with most of the players that I know here, and also making new connections and seeing all the people I work with. It's been great. This is the best time getting to reunite with people. So
that's awesome.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hopefully next year I can get you guys down here. Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh yes, for sure. Depending on where it is.
Awesome. Yeah, Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be fun.
So, hey guys, welcome to the NBA preview show. Everybody in the chat, please continue liking, subscribing. Jermaine Jones should be joining soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, this is what a trade deadline. This has been the most craziest trade deadline.
Hey guys, I got a very nice surprise for you guys.
Oh,
now one of our new co-hosts is here for the first time. We're gonna bring her up.
Kayla. Hey, Kayla.
I'm literally so busy, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
No, thank you.
How you doing?
Kayla. I'm good. How are you?
Shooting on live TV. What are you shooting right now?
Buffalo State against Plattsburgh hockey. I don't know if you can hear me. I also have an AirPod in.
Oh,
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we traveled to Plattsburgh for an away game. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi.
Hello.
Well, hello.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Thank you, Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla.
Have a good night. Well, that was awesome. First appearance on the show, on the job, just like Nathan is right now.
There you go. Yeah.
So
shooting on live TV. That doesn't get better. Doesn't get better than that. So there you go. But hey guys, what a crazy trade line this year, and a lot of moves, and this obviously moves happened before Thursday. Moves happening on Thursday. A lot of things to get to with obviously James Harden getting traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland. To be honest, I don't know what the Cavaliers are doing there, but we'll get to that. But the other trades was was crazy. Obviously, you had Chris Paul going to the Raptors in a 3-team trade with the Nets, and obviously the Nets got rid of Cam Thomas, which is crazy, which is surprising. I
got some thoughts on that.
Yeah. But what do you? I want to ask you guys first. What are your guys' thoughts on this craziness? And I think this is the most craziness I've ever seen at a deadline.
Yeah, no, this has been one of the craziest deadlines that I can remember. I haven't, especially the Chicago Bulls. They have made so many trades, moved off so many players, and the teams that are right in the middle, they've made a lot of moves. For instance, like the Wizards. Like, who expected them getting Anthony Davis, Trae Young, even before that? I mean, who even expected these types of teams to make moves like that? You know, it really is crazy seeing all these moves at once. I thought some teams made a lot of upgrades, but the James Harden trade, that one kind of confused me the most. I don't really, I mean, I understand why the Clippers did it, but at the same time, they are still in the play-in, and the Cavaliers right now are having a good season, and I don't know why they would want to take on a guy like James Harden, but hey, as long as it, you know, fits what they want to do, then that works out for them. But no, this has been one of the craziest trade deadlines ever. Teams like the Wizards could be a lot better once Anthony Davis gets healthy. The Pacers now with Zubac. You have teams like the Clippers who are selling. The Chicago Bulls made a lot of moves as well. So each team is trying to pick their direction of what they want to go in for the future. But overall, it was a crazy deadline.
Yeah, and I think for obviously for most of these trades that happen, it tells you that these teams are especially for the Raptors, they're trying to compete for a championship, and getting a guy like Chris Paul will help them with the bench and get with leadership. And I think, and the Raptors have a young team and they're playing well, so I think they have a chance to. I mean, I don't know about going far in the playoffs, but making the playoffs and having a guy like Chris Paul, and I hope he gets a ring because this is the last season. Obviously, he announced that he's going to retire after the season, so hopefully he gets a ring. But I don't know about the Raptors. So
yeah, I mean, they're an interesting team. I mean, they're having a good season. I think Agbaji, who was on the Raptors, went to the Nets, and Chris Paul. I think that could be a good addition for them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Chef Nick? What are your thoughts?
Well, I just wanted to talk about the trade deadline. The Bulls, they I like the moves that the Bulls made. That was excellent in terms of that. As far as the Wizards and the Jazz, I don't know what they did adding for a team with poor records. For a team with poor records, just adding veterans. Like you would think they would rebuild, like focus on like younger talent. But it's just they added like veterans to their. I just don't know what strange competitiveness they're gonna go to like through that. I don't know if it's. I just don't know, but they're on their own. With the Bulls, I love the moves that the Bulls made. However, even though I'm a Knicks fan, I love the move that the Knicks made. Absolutely good pickup, and all because Miles McBride is hurt. He's injured, and he might be out if they will make the playoffs, but I don't know how long the timetable is going to be with that. But very good pickup from the Pelicans. Alvarado, he's the guy's that beats off the bench. I love it. Yeah, very good.
Predicted that before, right?
And that's the thing too. It's like you replace a big piece in McBride with the same amount of talent in Alvarado. So I love it. So it's pretty much. And I also love the Yabusele move. I know it's time for an end. I know it wasn't, the pretty much that was their thing. They traded him for to the Bulls, right? For Dalen Terry and a couple of draft picks. They also with which was interesting too with that as well. That cash considerations. The Knicks and Yabusele, both of them agreed to waive his $5.77 million opt-out deal for 26-27, which is why they were able to save money on that, and also just to do the Alvarado trade, which is great. So I love that in terms of that. So I'm really upset with Cam Thomas, how just the Nets and Cam Thomas just fell apart like that. I think it shouldn't have never happened. They just let him go. They just waived him. I mean, like, I don't think so. I mean, that was terrible. They should have handled that another way instead of just, cutting ties. He was a big part of the Nets. Like, this is your star. This is your future star too. And it's like, I don't know. I would just like even, I think last Friday when what's it called? We had the Placido Polanco interview. I asked the question is, if you have any like toxic players or players with attitudes, how would you go about that? And he pretty much said the organization, they have specialists that sort of mediate and sort of like pretty much like be on better terms. And I think the Nets should have done that. They should have kept Thomas and they should have like, instead of doing him dirty, man. But Yeah, those are my thoughts. All in all, it was a very active NBA deadline. So I was no go.
Yeah, sorry to go.
That's okay.
We just messaged Jermaine to see if he's ready. So if he answers back, but for the I want to go back to the Jaren Jackson one and the Anthony Davis. Chef, I agree with you. I don't know what the Wizards are doing here. First you get a guy like Trae Young and obviously getting Anthony Davis. What are they trying to do? They have the worst record in the NBA right now. Or not the worst record, but close to being the worst record in the NBA. And they get two veterans where you're putting your future away for two veterans that I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know. I'm wondering to see how this is going to work. And for the Grizzlies to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. and not to trade John Morant, it's mind-boggling. And John Morant has been in trade rumors, and you trade a guy that hasn't been in trade rumors. But I mean, obviously you get draft picks back, but Jaren Jackson is the star of the team, and kudos for Utah for stepping up big to get a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. to pair him up with Ace Bailey. I can't wait to see that pairing. So, I think the losers of this trade deadline are the Grizzlies and the Wizards. But the clear winner, I think it's the Clippers. I think the Clippers did well with this Harden trade. Yep. I think they rebuilt they restocked. I don't know what the Cavaliers are doing here. They gave up on a guy like Darius Garland, who's rarely top point guard in the league. Man, I love this player, and he's still young. And you trade him for a guy who's 36 years old. It's crazy. So.
Well, I think the Wizards, I don't think they gave up any of their young players, which was a positive. They did give up, I think, some draft picks, but they didn't give up any of their young players, so that's good for them. I think they're going to be good in the future. But with Trae Young and Anthony Davis, I mean, who knows if they're going to get hurt? Who knows when they're going to be healthy? I mean, there's so many question marks with that. And as long as that can work out for them, if they can stay reliable on the court, they can be a good team, sure, but we don't know as of right now. Also, Jaren Jackson, that was a good pickup for the Jazz, which is weird because didn't he sign a contract extension with the Grizzlies after last season, that was interesting. I don't understand that move. But the Clippers, I think they could have a good mini rebuild here. They still have Kawhi Leonard. They do have some young, talented players on that team, so if they can still stay competitive, that would be good for them. With Darius Garland, I think he's a good fit for Ty Lue and what they want to do there. But the Nets, with the way that they handled, real quick on the Knicks with Alvarado, I think that was a good pickup for them as well. A guy who was used all around the court, a guy who can be a good defender. He knows how to be a pest on the court, which is something that every team needs. So good pickup for the Knicks there. And then for the Lakers, they also picked up Luke Kennard from the Atlanta Hawks. They traded Gabe Vincent. It's a good pickup for them. I still question their defense and their size. But they have another perimeter shooter now who kind of replaces Jared Vanderbilt, but he's still good on the defensive end. So I think the Lakers are in a pretty good position to make some noise in the West. And with the Nets, Cam Thomas, I hate the way that it was handled. Cam Thomas, he was my guy for the Nets the past 4.5 seasons on the Nets. He was nothing but spectacular. He has all the potential in the world. I hope he goes somewhere else. Except for the Knicks. I hope he doesn't go to the Knicks, but I hope he goes somewhere else and balls out. I hope he wins a championship. He deserves it. The way that the Nets utilized him, the fact that they didn't start him after he got injured, they didn't treat him like the player that he is and the potential that he has. They just look for the negatives, and you can't do that with a player. With a player, you have to look for the positives. But from day one, I knew this wasn't going to be a great fit with Jordy Fernandez. I just knew something was going to be off here, and the fact that they couldn't find a trade partner with any other team, especially when his value was high, is insane. I don't get it. I hate it. And they just waived him for nothing. So now he's gone, and the Nets have a really no direction. I don't know which way they're leaning towards into next season. I hope they get a good first-round pick, hopefully high in the first round. I think they're number 4 right now on NBA Tankathon. But we'll see how that works out with the percentages and all that. But I don't know. I'm not optimistic about the future right now.
Yeah,
Go
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry,
go ahead. Talk at the same time. Nah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, very good, Evan. No, very good points. And even with this season too. By the way, Pistons are up 37-25 against the Knicks. Second quarter, 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I look. Even when the NBA started, and even with our shows that we've been doing, it's like, well, we've been all talking about like how athletic these guys are, is pretty much, and I'm just like, I'm always focused on, especially with the James Harden trade, the Anthony Davis trade. It's like, how, like, look at them in their prime when they were young and they were like superstars. Now they're getting passed around like cigarettes. They're going from team to team to team. It's very weird how it's like, I mean, look, it's like, hey, welcome to our team. Take care, brush your hair. Nice knowing you. It's like, and this is like the direction where it's sort of changed right now. It's like a lot of players are focused on young talent. Well, some teams are, but they're focusing on younger talent, vision for their future, and they're focused on they're pretty much like to be more athletic, more versatile. And, they just need that gas in the tank. They obviously see that James Harden, even Anthony Davis, too, who's been hurt a lot, they're pretty much like an old car breaking down or potentially break down. So let's get some value for them. So, yeah, but but I'm not going to take away anything from their play. They're great players, very good players. But the time is sort of near for that, too. It's like, even speaking in regards to Giannis was like the Bellinger of pretty much like he was like the hot talk. Everyone wanted him. He's going to go to the Knicks. He's going to go here, but he stayed put, rightfully so. But one thing too is I'm really glad that the Knicks did not dismantle their team. So they took 3 steps forward. No, like, and even with the Yabusele trade, which I like. Again, nothing personal. It's just business. It just didn't work out. And obviously Yabusele wanted a more prominent role, but he had enough chances. So that was a step forward. And even getting Alvarado was 3 steps forward. So, and the reason why it's not no steps back with Miles McBride is because you're sort of you match that with Alvarado. So, but with this deadline too, it was very interesting. So a lot of teams took a step back. Didn't make sense, like I mentioned. A lot of teams took a step forward. And Knicks being one of them, even though it was one big trade, it helps them in the long run. So I also want to mention, too, if you see like another losing streak from the Knicks, let it be, because you see like how they were with their I think their stretch of 4 or 5 game losing streaks back a few weeks ago. But they sort of balanced that out with their winning streak. So what does that tell you? One, they're very resilient and they rebound really quickly. No pun intended, but from their loss. And also, too, it's like I'd rather this happen now than later on, especially in the playoffs, because it's good that this team sees themselves lose. It's good that this team sees themselves suck against, let's just say the Pistons, because I want them to see that. I want them to see their play, their bad defensive play, their bad offensive play. I want that to get for that to be out there so they see it where it never happens again. Learn from your mistakes. And this is what I think that they're good at, is pretty much even Mike Brown too. Good manager. He's been a great manager. Just calling out the team, even though if they win by a high scoring game, and not by a lot. I think there was one game where he called them out. I think they won 132-127. I forgot what team. Even though they won with high offensive numbers, their defense lacked. So Mike Brown does not take anything lightly. If you have a good offensive game but a bad defensive game, he's going to call that out. If you have a good defensive game and a bad offensive game, but you still won, he's going to call that out. Players that are not he called out Kolek also. This is why Kolek is a better player than he was. So this is like sort of like starting a fire underneath that. So I know I always keep going back to the Knicks, but I'm trying to make a point in regards to other teams. It's how they handle things differently. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out in regards to that.
I think you're referring to the Nuggets game the other night.
Yes.
The double overtime game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is Nathan frozen? Did we lose you, Nathan?
I don't know.
Nathan?
Is he blinking?
He's frozen. If we can just take Nathan off for now, that would be okay, he can come back, of course.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. But Evan, I want to hear your thoughts on Cam Thomas. What do you even like with the Nets organization just handling that and Cam Thomas that whole situation? Like, I want to hear your thoughts about that.
I don't like it. I mean, this was a guy that. I mean, if you have a guy who has a lot of potential, you want that guy to be on the court. You want that guy to be playing. And what I saw from Cam Thomas since he entered the league was a playmaker, a guy who created his own shot, scorer. Yeah, he's not the best defender. He's not the best playmaker. Well, okay, I don't really care because I just want to focus on what he does well. And apparently what he did well was not good enough for the Nets. It wasn't good enough for the system that Fernandez wanted to run. But you have to let the players be themselves too. It's not all about the system that you want to have.
Yeah.
You have to let players be themselves. And I think that's what, Cam Thomas was doing with the Nets. And I think that it just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't understand why they would release a guy like that. Maybe there were some things going on behind the scenes. And, I get the weaknesses that he presumed to the team and to the coaching staff, but you have to work around those. For a guy like Cam Thomas, even if you didn't want him to be in the starting lineup, if you wanted him to come off the bench, well, then that's great. But if he didn't want that, then okay, then maybe you can work around that and have him be in the starting lineup. But I think the problem was starting from the draft, from the NBA draft from last season when the Nets drafted 3 point guards. You could kind of see the writing on the wall in that situation. The previous coaching staff with Jack Vaughn, I think they valued more of what Cam Thomas did on the court than what this coaching staff has, because they want to be able to have every player do anything on the court. They want versatile players, not just one style players where it's, you take one guy takes all the dribbles and then just ends up shooting a shot. Well, they want ball movement. They want ball pressure on defense. They want height and all that. And I just don't think it was a fit for what the Nets wanted to do, but they shouldn't have treated him that way. That's not how you treat a guy that's on your team and that's given you everything he's had for the past 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So I was very disappointed by, what they've done to him and how they treated him, but he's going to go somewhere else. He's going to be a backup point guard. He's going to be a shooting guard. He's going to do very well with wherever he ends up. Either the Rockets, I could see the Rockets being a fit. The Milwaukee Bucks possibly, maybe the Cavaliers as well. But the thing is too, he's on a 1-year deal. So after this year, he's a free agent. So does he want to sign an extension with the team that he's going to? Does the team want to pay him what he's worth? I don't know. There are questions surrounding that, but I could definitely see him if he lives up to his potential. If a team uses him in the right way, he could be a great player for whichever team gets him. So I wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely. Do you see him signing this year? Are there any negotiations happening right now you hear of? Or
I've heard that the Cavaliers and the Bucks are interested in him.
Wow. Oh,
I haven't heard any other teams.
Wow. Okay.
But I think he's going to be picked up very, very soon before the All-Star break. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All-Star break. When is that? Is that like
that starts on the 15th, I believe?
Okay. It's the whole week. Yeah. Okay. So they have like.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. Maybe like afterwards. Let's just say he's going to take a break until the All-Star break, and afterwards, or maybe even during too, they'll teams will try to negotiate that. I like that. Okay. No, good for him. No, of course, good for him. I mean, I didn't see him as like I don't know anything behind closed doors, but I didn't really see anything. With the what's it called? Like the toxic relationship between him and the Nets. I don't know if he was a troublemaker. I didn't hear anything about that. Nothing was pretty much like out in the open. So whatever, but it is what it is, man. Yeah. So now with let's just say even with the Nets, let's just talk about. I know we talk more about the Knicks, but with the Nets, where do you see them like right now? Do you see them improving? Do you see them sort of like without Cam Thomas? Do you see them like going like towards like a downward spiral? Do you see like them improving a little bit, or like or just like it's just uneven.
Well, honestly, I don't see them going anywhere this year.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah,
they're a
of course.
bottom 3 team in the league right now. Now they're worse than the Wizards. And
Hey,
by the way, good for the Charlotte Hornets too. They're on a winning streak. But for
Yes.
the Nets, I see them getting a top 3 pick this year. I don't see them winning more than maybe 18 games this year because of their schedule. And as far as the future goes,
Jermaine Jones is not answering us for right now for some reason. So
okay.
Hopefully he answers us soon. But we're just gonna keep going with the stream until he answers.
No problem. No problem. We'll keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Evan. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no problem. So the Nets, I could see them getting a top 3 pick this year. You have 3 guys in the top of the draft that are capable of being number 1 players in AJ DeBanza, Darren Peterson, and Cam Boozer. So I believe if the Nets can get one of those guys, that would be a great fit to their team. Obviously, you have one player that's really the guy like a Victor Wembanyama who you can build around. And the good news is that you have 5 rookies who got experience this year. And that's what really this year was about anyway. It was about developing the rookies that you drafted. And I could see the centerpiece being a guy like one of the top 3 players that's projected to be picked in the draft. I could see that happening. And as long as they build around that guy very well, I think they could be a competitive team going into next season. They do have a lot of cap space. So if they wanted to, they could re-sign Michael Porter Jr. They could trade one of their many gazillion second-round draft picks that they have that they've been accumulating since they started rebuilding. But as far as this year goes, no, they're going to be a bottom 3 team. Hopefully they get a top 3 pick if all of the odds are correct and all that. But yeah, no, I just it's going to be a hard rest of the season to watch how they do. It's not going to be very good, but hopefully the future is bright. That's all I could say.
Yeah, right.
I want to go back to the Jose Alvarado trade.
Yeah.
I like this for the Knicks because he brings defense, scoring. That's what the Knicks need right now. And also, with McBride out, he's the perfect solution. And once McBride comes back, you're going to have 2 guys that can score the ball and play defense. So, and also the good thing for Mike Brown now that he can put both of them in the same lineup if they need it, and then go or switch, mix match both of them. So, what a great get for the Knicks, and they didn't have to give up that much either. All they gave up was Torrey, I think. What's his name, Terry?
Yeah.
In the draft pick. So, solid move, man. This is Jose's from Brooklyn, so Brooklyn native, coming back home. So I think with him being there, he's going to be rejuvenated, and like I said, solid pickup. I love this player, and I think he's going to be a good player for the Knicks.
I want to ask you guys something about the Knicks. Do you think with Alvarado trading Yabusele, do you think that they are in a position right now to beat the Pistons in the playoffs? And can they get to the finals? Can they win the finals? What do you guys think?
Well, according to right now, I don't know. It's not looking good. Pistons are up 49-35, second quarter, 4 minutes, 57 seconds to go.
Who's the Pistons playing? The Knicks?
Yeah. The Knicks are down by 14. I think I'm very confident with the Knicks in the playoffs. I just think they're going to tune in to a different channel where it's just like they're hungry and they want to just kill these teams. Right now, I'm not saying they're not hungry now, but I think they're playing their best basketball in a long time. So, yeah, as of now, I think it's going to go down to the wire with the Pistons. I think it's going to go to a game 7 if, that comes along. I think it's going to be, and my prediction, I think I did say prediction because I'm a Knicks fan. Knicks are going to win the championship. They will face the Oklahoma City Thunder in the finals. That's what I think. And I think the Knicks are going to win. It's going to go to a game 7 too. But right now the Pistons are looking great. Cade Cunningham is just outstanding. He's just great ball handler. He's an awesome all around player in regards to that. So he's doing damage tonight. So, but especially with him down the stretch, this guy does it all. Good playmaker for the rest of the players for his on his team. So As of now, I just see the Knicks being consistent. I don't see them taking over the Pistons yet. Eventually, Pistons will slip. Everyone goes through their little slips and slides and stuff like that. So eventually, that will take its course. But come playoffs, it's a different sort of like signal from the Knicks. They sort of like turn into beast mode, and I've seen that before too. It's different. And the crowd too. I mean, I love MSG. The Knicks fans, they're the awesome fans. They're just diehard Knicks fans. When they light fires in front of MSG, get garbage cans on fires. When so does everyone else. But they're very. Besides that, they're very passionate. It's just MSG is really loud when it comes to that. So that does help the Knicks in their favor as well. So, but yeah, I mean, I see that happening. I definitely do.
Good points. Good points, Chef. And yeah, sorry, nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, a lot of things are going in the background here, so bear with me. Yeah, so I want to ask you guys a question. When it comes to, obviously, chemistry is really important in basketball, but I want to ask you about the Cavaliers because to be honest, I don't know what they did here getting James Harden. Like I said, they already had the chemistry with Darius Garland. I think they already had a good team, and I don't know. I'm really looking forward to see how the chemistry will work with Donovan Mitchell or James Harden. Obviously, they go way back as friends. But what do you guys think? They took a step forward with this, step back? What are your thoughts on that? I just want to go back to that real quick.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't know how that's going to be a great fit for the Cavs. You have Mitchell, who's a great point guard, but then James Harden as well. I mean, I can't see one of them coming off the bench.
No.
So I don't know how Atkinson is going to work that out. They certainly have the pieces to be a championship team. I just hope Harden isn't like the curse factor with them because wherever he goes, there's always some sort of controversy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I hope the Cavs do well, and I hope it doesn't affect in a negative way their chances of doing well in the playoffs and beating a good team. Last year, they dealt with a lot of injuries in the postseason, and Harden, a guy who's good in the regular season, a question mark in the postseason, of course, with either getting injured or being inconsistent. This is a guy that couldn't even stay healthy with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and last year he couldn't, or a couple years ago, he couldn't stay healthy with Paul George or Kawhi Leonard either. So I don't know how this is going to play out for the Cavs. We got to see how it plays out first because I don't even know how Atkinson is going to work this out.
Yeah. Chef Nick.
Same thing. Yeah. Good point, guys. It's a little iffy with Cleveland. Like, I don't know how Harden is going to adjust to that. I don't think he's going to be a team player and be like, okay, I'll come off the bench. I don't think that's going to happen. So it is going to be a little conflict right there because, of course, Harden is a veteran. He does have that ego. He does have that beard, but he also has that ego. And that's him. It's like, how is he going to be with the chemistry of the team? Is he going to be like, give me the ball, I'm shooting? I mean, it's like he's not. It may hit him hard where he's not the star of that team. And I think maybe when they traded for him, Cleveland, I think when they traded for him, I think maybe Cleveland has it where he's going to be a support role, a strong support role because they already have their starting five out there. I don't know how he's going to take that. But as far as Darius Garland, I think he's going to explode with Leonard. That's going to be and I can't wait to watch that. These two it's almost like they were made for each other. It's just they're both high level. They both pretty much play their own game, but I think they could play their own game together. So that's good for them in regards to that. But and going back to the Bulls, the Chicago Bulls, I want a key trade too that the Bulls did. Well, with Charlotte Bobcats, they traded Kobe White, Mike Conley Jr., and they got back Colin Sexton and Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round draft picks. What a great move by the Bulls. Bulls, again, traded Nikola Vucevic to the Celtics. In return, Anthony Simmons and a second-round pick. So they're pretty much rebuilding in a good way, because I don't think they have to rebuild, but they're trying to like sort of rebuild, but let's win now. It's just trying to put pretty much like moving the pieces to have that perfect rotation and bench. So I see them doing good things with that. And then was there another trade by the Bulls, or was that it? I thought
they
there was
traded Vucevic to the Celtics.
To the Celtics. Yeah, that's the one I mentioned.
And Celtics got a great player in that, and they needed another big man, which they got. So I think he's going to help spread the floor. I can't that line is going to be scary when Tatum comes back, because if you double team Tatum and Brown, you're gonna leave him wide open. He can shoot threes, and obviously he can do multiple things on the court. So good pickup for the Celtics.
All big time.
In my opinion, and I don't know what the Bulls are doing, but
I know.
But the Celtics needed that type of player, which they got it. But for the Clippers, Chef, Nick, and Evan, I think the Clippers built their future really bright now with Darius Garland as their point guard, and then James Harden. I think there's going to be a seamless. I think it's going to fit perfectly with both of them, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Not James Harden. Sorry, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh yeah. I see in the chat too. Yeah, the Bulls. That's what I mentioned. It's just like I don't know what they're doing either. They're like rebuilding and win now, but they're all scattered, moving around pieces. So that was a little weird, especially like I mentioned with the Jazz and the Wizards. Poor records, bad records, but adding veterans to their, it just I don't know, just stuff like that doesn't make sense. I think Vucevic would have been better on the Bulls. I mean, in my opinion, they just pretty much gave him away to the Celtics, which is going to help them big time. So I don't know what they did there. But yeah, even the Clippers too, they traded Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown to Indiana, and they got Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and some draft picks too. So Clippers,
hey guys, I'm gonna drop over here because there's too much noise going on in the background. So I don't want to. So I'm gonna drop over here, but I'll keep Joe updated on Jermaine Jones. Okay. And then I'll try and come back later on, but I don't want to do it here because too much noise going on with they're clearing up everything. So I'll just drop here, and then I'll keep Joe updated on Jermaine Jones. So
no problem. Well, we appreciate it, Nathan.
Yeah, I'll try and join afterwards.
Yeah, no problem.
But you guys are killing it though. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
I go.
Bye. All right. Well, yeah. So as we were saying, the Clippers, Zubac, I think they're trying to build for the future. Honestly, I don't see. Obviously it didn't work out with Paul George and Harden, so they're like, you know what, we'll just get rid of them and we'll get younger players to try to fit around Kawhi, and we'll see how that works out. I think they have Kobe Sanders as well, one of their young players too, and Brook Lopez, who's still on that team, which I'll always be a fan of. But I think that they can stick around in the play-in in the Western Conference right now, and we'll see how it goes. But I wanted to give you a standings update, Nick, just to update everybody on the current standings. The West right now is really tight. So you have OKC, who's in the 1 spot, and then 4.5 games back of them are the Spurs. By the way, there was some injury news on the Thunder. SGA has an abdominal strain. He's going to be out until after the All-Star break, so he'll be reevaluated after the break to see where he's at. Hopefully he comes back healthy and there aren't many issues with that or lingering effects. As long as he's okay, I could see the Thunder repeating as champions, but that's for another day. Yeah. So you have the Spurs 4.5 games behind the Thunder. And then in third place, you have the Denver Nuggets, which Jokic came back from his injury the other night. They are 7 games back of the Thunder for first place. And then it gets really interesting. You have 3 teams who are tied for fourth. You have the Houston Rockets, the LA Lakers, and then the Minnesota Timberwolves. So who are all 8 games back. So it's going to be a dogfight to the end for sure, especially because you still have Houston and LA who have to play each other, I think, 3 more times.
Yep.
Minnesota and Houston have to play each other a couple more times, and then Minnesota and LA have to play each other a couple more times as well. So it should be really interesting to see what happens towards the end of the season. Who's going to get the points advantage? Who's going to have the percentages to make the postseason to eventually qualify for the 1 through 6 spots in the West? That should be very interesting. And then for the play-in, you have the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Clippers, and then the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are having a good season. Good to see that with their young talent too. I like what they've done. It seems like, as we mentioned with the trade deadline before, it seems like the teams who were always in the middle of the standings, who weren't always in the top 6, but who were always like in the bottom, teams who are currently in the play-in are making moves for the future. Not currently like right now, but for the future. And it's always important to remember that if a team starts out really hot and then they kind of level out throughout the middle of the season, they're not going to go out and start wasting all these draft picks on players who they're not confident in considering for the long term. So like when the Jazz were number 1 in the West a few years ago, they weren't going to waste all their draft picks on a guy like Giannis to try to help their chances this year because they know they have a window for the future. So the Jazz, the Jazz made moves for the future. You had the Grizzlies who were selling off pieces. You had the Chicago Bulls who were always around the play-in area. They're trying to make moves for the future and save some draft picks, get some draft picks back. But no, it was a crazy deadline, and I can't wait to see what happens throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, I want to get people's take on the Lakers trade too. Luke Kennard. I want to, they I forgot who they traded for. I think it was for Gabe Vincent and a 2032 second round pick. Wow, that's going to be a while. But guys in the chat, let me know what you think about that. I think that was a very good pickup. Very good. So especially for Gabe, for Gabe Vincent, I'm not going to take anything away from him, but just Luke Kennard, a caliber type of player, is definitely going to help the Lakers down the stretch, and I think he's going to do well under JJ Redick. So.
Oh yeah, I can see that being a good fit for the Lakers. They still have some issues with their perimeter defense, but one thing they wanted to upgrade was their shooting surrounding LeBron and Luka, and I think they did that pretty well with this trade. Didn't give up too much. Gabe Vincent was, a lot of Laker fans didn't like Gabe Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
They thought he was just a guy who really pretty much did nothing, just ran around the court and acted like a chicken with his head cut off. Accomplishing nothing, kind of like Patty Mills with the Nets. But yeah, that was a good trade for them. And you want to know something interesting, Nick?
Yeah.
So the pick that the Nets got from the Nuggets for Cam Johnson, that was a 2032 first-round pick.
Nice.
And for MPJ as well.
Oh my God.
So, hopefully when the Nuggets are rebuilding by that time, the Nets will hopefully benefit in that area. Be like the Thunder with all those draft picks. But like you mentioned with the Lakers, it was a good move for them. It was a good move for them, and thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that up. You're our resident Lakers fan here, so thank you.
Yeah, even with any I know he's on the Lakers, but I was going to say Jokic. I know he's still injured. Any ETA with his timetable to come back?
Jokic is back.
He's back. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, good.
He played.
I was hearing things about him like being out like towards the end. I guess it was.
I know. Yeah, I thought he was going to be out for longer, but I guess the timetable. He came back sooner than expected, which is good news. For them.
Awesome. Jason, good to see you, brother. Speaking of the Charlotte Hornets extending their winning streak to 8 games. Look, they have a great team. Also, with these teams too, it's like they're very weird. Even though whether they Charlotte's 24-28, but still, it's like who knows where what heights LaMelo Ball can take him. And speaking of LaMelo Ball, does anyone see what's going on with him? A little zesty guy, huh?
Yeah.
You ever see the meme of what's going on with LaMelo Ball pushing? I forgot the other basketball player, but he's like laughing and giggling. Those two are made for each other. I love it. I love when basketball players flop and act zesty, especially on the court and on in front of the camera. But no, just all jokes aside, he's a great player. He's a good player. And I'm glad Charlotte's pretty much making noise. So who knows how far that can go. So, yep, love it.
Yeah, Charlotte is currently in 10th place. They are tied for the last play-in spot with the Bulls. So I think
Yeah.
they can surpass them and move ahead in the standings here. They have a good coach. Charles Lee is doing a good job with them. Young talent, Brendan Miller, Con Kneppel, the guy that's their really tall center. What's his name? Forgot his name. Yeah, whatever. He's from UConn, I think.
Oh,
Kalkbrenner, that's his name. Yeah, Kalkbrenner.
is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was
Kalkbrenner
something else.
from UConn. Yeah, but no, they're a team that can really ascend here with the trades that they made. I could see them, going pretty far.
I like that. I do like that. With speaking of like the Oklahoma, the Thunder, let's just say with SGA, do you see them slipping, or just pretty much maintaining what they have?
I mean, I could see them pretty much staying where they are. Most of their guys are healthy and they're playing well. They did trade for Jared McCain from the Sixers to upgrade their perimeter defense and their shooting, which I think will help them. So I don't really see them dropping down too much, and I think they'll stay where they are. They have a lot of good-sized power forwards on that team, so I think that will help them. They needed help with perimeter shooting and defense. So the fact that they traded for McCain from the Sixers at a good price too, they didn't give up too much. I think that'll be a good addition for them at the trade deadline for sure, and I don't see them dropping off too much.
Yeah. It just feels like, even though obviously he's the guy's a megastar, but I sort of see them like pretty much carrying his weight. So I pretty much look, if they sort of lose it, I think they'll get back into it, just like the Knicks. Again, it's but I do see them as like what's it called? They have a good. I even want to say, when I say supporting cast, like it's like they're. I don't want to make it seem like they're irrelevant. Like everyone on that team, they have a major role, obviously. But yeah, it's I think it's hopefully SGA. You said an abdominal strain, right?
Yeah.
Is there did they say a timetable ETA or no?
I believe it's 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay. I think if that's the case, plus, rehabbing and stuff like that, I think they still have enough numbers on their team, enough players on their team to pretty much supplement his loss. Like, so I'm not really too concerned with them. So, but yeah. I do like that. I do like pretty much I don't like him being injured, obviously not, but it's pretty much good for the Knicks. If his injury is extended until the end of the season, don't want to wish anything on a player like that, but just right now, I think it's I think Oklahoma City has enough talent to just pretty much carry them, carry like the whole team. So, but I don't think about that.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing that we saw this deadline was John Morant not getting traded. What are your thoughts on that? Because there was a lot of speculation coming from last year that they could have moved off of him, and they could have gotten some good draft capital from that deal. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. It's just this, you heard that with, Giannis, with that too. It was more noise with that, but you still heard rumors, obviously, I'm tired of rumors, obviously we've been exposed to that, with the Yankees, but like, just John Morant, I think it's good that he stayed. I think it's good that cause he's a key part of the team. And I think it's going to help the team in the, in the long run too. Why? I don't know what that's the thing, like, especially like a huge talent like John Morant. It's like, this is like trading him. It's like, it's going to take so much time to find the right pieces, because like, who can you trade? Like, it's going to have to be like a 9-player trade, because it's like, you have to match up his caliber, his talent. It's like, it's not going to be like a week. It might take like a month or two, because, they would want like something in return, like even more. Like I would say like what, 6-7 players for John Morant and another low level player. That doesn't happen overnight. It's like, I'm very intrigued that they even pulled a 9-player deal between Dallas and Washington too. So yeah, it's something like that. I don't know if that was in the works for a couple of months. Who knows? It's like it's so difficult too, especially with the GMs of baseball and basketball. GMs of basketball, it's so interesting that it's like they have to find the right pieces to match the player that they're trading. So imagine your job as a GM to find the right pieces to trade John Morant or trade for Giannis too. You make the wrong move, you're gone. I mean, it's like that it doesn't happen overnight. It takes about a couple of months of planning, So yeah, it's again, maybe it's a huge relief for the GM of that team of the Grizzlies to pretty much be like, I'm glad he's here. I don't want to put in that work. It's going to take a lot of time. So yeah, good for them though. I mean, respect to them too for staying there to their own team too. I think it would have been messy. I think it would have just been messy all around. Just player movements and stuff like that, and also stuff like that. Big trades throws off the league. Pretty much, it's like everyone's trying to adjust to you. So that's another thing too. It's like you would have seen like a different shift in that direction. So,
right. No, I had a great point with that, and also the salaries too. I think you have to try to match up with other teams, because if this guy's earning X amount of dollars in the next year, you want to try to find players that either equal the value to that, or like you said, like the talent too, match up with the talent or the value. And even if you have to take on like 1 or 2 expiring contracts, as long as those guys are, comfortable with where they're going, and they want to have some sort of future in the NBA, and if they feel like that they can thrive with another team, then okay, great, you're willing to take on some guy making $10 million for the next year if you want to have them on your team for the next season too.
Yeah.
So you want to try to match up with that. You want to try to measure their potential for future years as well. And then with the draft picks too, it's like you don't want to hurt your draft status, but you also want to try to find guys that will help you not only now but in the future too. So good points with that. And one thing that I found interesting too throughout this deadline was there were a lot of guys on expiring contracts, and they have like their rookie minimum deals and their veteran contracts as well. But some guys that are on minimum contracts, it's like, do you really want to take that on for this year if you're trying to win? Well, for instance, a team like the Nets, I mean, they took on Ochai Agbaji and they took on Tyson from the Nuggets as well, who are on expiring deals. So yeah, they could be good for now, but what if they're waived by the end of the year because they made another move and they have to release 2 more players on their roster? So it's like, was there really a point in not even adding them in the first place? So
exactly.
I just didn't understand that. And the Nets did waive Tyrese Martin today, as well as
they did,
in addition to Cam Thomas. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he's not on the team anymore. But I thought he did a good job for what he was asked to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of even giving these guys qualifying offers if you're gonna release them later on in the season or by the trade deadline? Those are some things that I would ask an NBA GM, but we're not in that position, so we can't speak from their standpoint on that. Do we have a halftime score for the Knicks?
Yeah, halftime. It's Pistons are up 63-42.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 points they're up. So it's something like that. It's like you can't really say, oh, it's over. Knicks have done really well in the fourth quarter. It all depends. When they put up high scoring in the fourth quarter, it's either they win by a hair or it's too little too late. So that's their problem with that. They need to do well in the third and fourth to pretty much, you're not looking for a blowout, obviously, but you want them to win. But that's the thing with them. It's like they do well in the fourth quarter, and it's like either or. It's nothing in the middle. It's like they win by a whisker, or they get close in the game and they lose by 5 points, even though they're down by 20. So that's just them, when they lose. So, but yeah, 63-42. Pistons are up by 21 at halftime.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for that. And the Heat are beating the Celtics 59-38. So it doesn't really hurt you guys that much, because I think the Knicks and Celtics are tied in the standings for second and third place. So it doesn't really hurt the Knicks that much if the Celtics go on to lose too. So That's positive. And then the Bucks are leading the Pacers 43-40 in the second quarter, and the Timberwolves are up 50-45 against the Pelicans. So there you go. And you were mentioning the Knicks too. It's the trend of basketball these days. It really is weird because you could be up by 20 points in the first and second quarter, but then after halftime or at the end of the second quarter, the deficit could just be erased very quickly. And
yeah,
when the Knicks start out hot, I think that's when they're at their best because they have like a rhythm and they have their flow.
Mm-hmm.
But with the other team, it's like if they make a run, the Knicks usually do come back from that, so they can withstand going down by maybe 10 or 15 points. But if they're down by 30, obviously it could be out of reach. But it's good resiliency by the Knicks. If they're down by 10 or 15, they make a run, they're right back in the game, they get momentum, and then that's everything just kind of flows from there. And I think Mike Brown does do a good job of making halftime adjustments.
Yeah,
I feel like he's done a good job of that this season so far. One thing that I noticed too was when Karl Anthony Towns comes out of the game, he puts in Mitchell Robinson to kind of sacrifice the height for the rebounding and the defense too, which I thought is, that's a good move for them because you want to make in-game substitutions at the right time, especially like late in the fourth quarter. If you need a rebound, then he comes in, he gets the rebound, and then it's like, all right, even if the team, fouls Robinson because he's not a great free throw shooter, at least, he got the rebound first. So it's not like the other team got the rebound and they're trying to put up second chance points. It's good that the opportunity for Robinson getting the rebound was there first before even shooting the free throws, because if the Knicks are up by 3, it's like he only has to make one free throw for the game to be out of reach. It's not like he has to make both. So that's a good move, a good adjustment there for the Knicks for what they're trying to do. And as long as their bench just keeps playing well, I think that they could be in a good spot leading up to the playoffs.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good points. Very good points. And that's the thing too. Like when you're a fan of the game, especially with your team too, you sort of like see their pretty much their patterns of what they're weak at, what their flaws at. And this is what we do with the Yankees. Obviously, we pick apart, like we pick everything about them. But even with the Knicks or even the Nets too, it's like you said your peace and grace with the Nets, man. It's like I heard a little bit of anger, frustration, and disappointment all in one. So you have every right to feel that, of course, especially during this trade deadline and whatever happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like if you see your team always down in the first quarter, but then they pick it up in the third and fourth, and then they win the game, obviously, then it's like, something like that. It's like they see that, and that's pretty much your halftime talk. It's pretty much, look, guys, this is our pattern. We need to fix our repetitive pattern and turn, this game into our game instead of falling back to that. It's like the same thing with going back to baseball, where it's like, Yankees always have been doing bad during the dog days of, July and August. And it's like, okay, it's like we see that, especially with basketball too. It's like we notice that something that we should change, not let it keep going or run its course or, run it back. No, but like, but I think that's something that us fans of the game too, we pick that up. And we tell it like it is, man. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, and I always say, like, us fans, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever, it's like, you see your team sort of like lacking in this category and you're screaming at the TV. It's like, do this right. I want you to do this right. I'm sick of this, and it's like, this is why us fans pretty much know more about the game than, the actual players, not putting them down in that category, in the performance category. I'm saying just be on the outside looking in where they can't do that. Mike Brown, sure, he can maybe, do the same thing while rewatching games or just look at it from the inside out. But us fans, we pick apart that. And it's a beautiful thing, man. This is the way. This is why us fans, especially here on NY YankeeMania, we tell it like it is, man. You guys, everyone in the community, everyone in the chat, you guys are rock stars. You guys have your valid points. You have your facts. You have your opinions, your emotions, and this is why you guys always rock. So, but I just wanted to point that out. It's very important to point that out, because if people ever say you're wrong, that will never happen. You have every right to say what you feel, because there is no wrong answer in sort of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
exactly. That's an excellent point, Chef. And that's just absolutely. And that's why when we have former players on the show, we ask them critical questions, because we want to know how is their perspective different from the fans who are kind of like on the outside looking in. What's that like for a player who's actually involved in the game? They're in the locker rooms, they have experience with the coaches, they're always around them, and they're always feeding off what they say. What's that like for the players in that moment, and how does that differ from what us fans see the game as from like an outside view? So we're always trying to understand what they think, and when we can have a player on, that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to dissect what their experience, what their perspective is from obviously an inside and primary perspective than from what we are as fans just looking on the outside in. And we don't know the ins and outs of what's going on behind the scenes, but we can always try to judge and see what types of patterns and structure they're following within their organization. So that's what we're trying to do. But those are excellent points.
Yeah, even going towards football too. I'm like, look, that's not my strong point, but I hear you guys always talking about the Giants, and it's like I hear you guys like I'm, when I'm in the on the stream and you guys talking about football, like I just sort of like focus my attention to the chat because I can't really add any, additional like knowledge to that. But when I hear you guys, it's like what's it called? When I hear you guys, I hear like what they need to do right. What's wrong with them, and it's like this is why you guys know more. It's like outside looking in, you see pretty much everything that's going on. You're like playing God. You're like just out there. You're watching. I'm saying looking down, and you're like on whether you're live at the game or you're watching it from the TV. It's just you're watching the plays, and then you're getting frustrated because it's the same nonsense over and over, and you guys always pick that up. So yeah, but yeah, kudos to you, Evan. I want to shout out Evan. I want to shout out Evan. No, you be silent. No, I want to shout out Evan. Evan is the man with the master plan. He is Evan Spitzy. He spits bars out. He has his rap name. It's Evan Spitz. Check out his new hip hop album coming out, Evan Spitz. And speaking about Evan Spitz, watch this Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We got this handsome fella right over here. He is going to do a play-by-play with the Super Bowl. I, of course, am going to rah-rah him. I am going to, of course, be behind him, support him 100%. Everyone here, let's do this. Let's support Evan Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. He's got this. He is a talented man. Not only is he into accounting, but if you have a problem with him, he will count on you, and you can count on him to be waiting for you in the parking lot, because he is also play-by-play and will be a play-by-play with Ken simulcast also when the Yankees come back, spring training and regular season. So Evan, you're a big part of this channel, and I'm glad to call you a co-host and a friend of mine. You are very talented, and I'm looking forward to Sunday, man. You got this, bro. You got it, man.
Oh, thank you, Chef. That you're very inspiring to everybody here. I look up to you. You're obviously an amazing chef. I know if I ate at your restaurant, you would get a 5-star review from me. That's 100%. So thank you so much for advocating that to everybody. Yeah, we're going to be calling the Super Bowl on Sunday, right here, Super Bowl Sunday as well. If you guys did not catch the stream last night, Chef Nick and Katharina Michio went through some great recipes for Super Bowl Sunday, appetizers, entrees, you name it. They talk about it. Chef Nick has the expertise of a lion, pretty much. The heart of a lion and the mind of a cobra. That's what Chef Nick is. So he's on it. He's on it all the time. He's just amazing. What can you say? He's just amazing. He knows everything. He's like a Greek god. So
hey,
we value that. And yeah, on Super Bowl Sunday, we're gonna have some surprises for you guys as well. During halftime, we'll have some people with us as well. Not to spoil anything yet, but we'll have something for you guys, and get a view from someone who I know is a Patriots fan and looking forward to this game. But thank you, Sean, too. Yes, he says, don't forget, Thursday night at 8 p.m., Chef Nick, part 2 of the interview with Joe Mingoya.
That's right.
Of the channel. Don't forget that as well. Thank you, Sean.
I was going to say that, actually. Thanks, Sean. Sean read my mind. No, No, yeah, just want to mention everyone. Last night was a great entertainment show with me, Joe, and Katarina. We talked about everything. A lot of truth bombs in there, so a lot of reality-based talk. But also, that was part one of the recipes for Super Bowl Sunday. Also, too, the in regard to when we talk about baseball at 9:30, I will open up with part two of Super Bowl recipes too, just to finish that off. So if you guys want to check out part one and part two, that was yesterday, and it will be at 9:30 opening up. So also too, yes. So we have next week, Thursday, February 12th. I call it the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, 8:00 p.m. Part two of my interview with the one, the only Joe Bengoya. His Native American name is Dances with Yankees, and my Native American name is Dances with Food. So it's just it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a part two, and also too afterwards, I am going to do a part two of the Valentine's Day recipes. Also, with that is going to be hungover and hangover recipes too, just in case you guys drink too much with your significant other. I have the recipes to cool it down, so you guys are all ready for that. So let's do this, baby. Let's go.
Oh, thank you, Chef. Do you have anything work-wise or anything just planned for Sunday? Is there any sort of catering that you guys have to do? Business events, anything like
As
that?
of now, I'm sort of I don't have anything, but what I'm doing is I'm planning this different style menu I'm trying to put out. I'm in the works with that, so I'm trying to get like a publicist to do that, a production crew too. That's just a lot of work to do. So I'm doing this special menu for the rest of the year in regards to seasons. Pretty much also, I'm calling it foods that you want a fork. So that's something I'm coming out with. It's a fork is a play on the other word. So if you guys didn't pick that up, but yeah, so I'm in the works with that. So yeah, there's a lot of planning going on for Sunday. So it's going to be an all day thing. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing more about that, of course.
Thank you.
Let's see. What else we want to talk about here? Jacob said, I heard that Evan can run production law. Yeah.
Oh, Jacob, what's up, man? You sneak behind
What's
me
up,
like that.
Jacob?
What are you doing?
What's up,
What's up,
Jacob,
brother?
JT, Sean,
JT, my
David,
guy.
Jason was here. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. As far as the Olympics, right? The opening ceremony for the Olympics.
I gotta check that out. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think the events begin tomorrow morning. I know that the ice hockey portion of it begins tomorrow for the women's side. But other than the hockey, I don't really follow much else with the Olympics, Winter Olympics. The summer is a different story, but winter is kind of simple.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I look forward to in the Winter Olympic is like hockey. I mean, they have speed skating. That just looks dangerous. It's like, what if you trip and fall? Like you're just gonna lose. You're gonna lose every part of your body with the.
I know,
especially how sharp the blades are. So like, yeah, like even with Cool Runnings, the Jamaican bobsled team. I think Jamaican bobsled team from Cool Runnings. You ever see that movie?
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah,
that's right. I think they're competing too. So good luck with the Jamaican bobsled team, Cool Runnings. Hope they do well. We'll see what happens. I think John Candy is managing them too, right?
I don't know.
It's part of the movie. It's in the movie. Yeah. No, but I actually I don't know. I'm more of into more of the Summer Olympics in regards to that. It's just I don't know. It's just for me. Like, look, respect to the Winter Olympics and what they do, but I don't know. You know, skiing and like and all that stuff. I don't know. I really don't know in regards to I'm not. I don't really follow it. It's I don't know. It doesn't strike me. It doesn't really strike me as tuning in. I mean, look, I'm not disrespecting it. Yeah, Sean, of course, like snowboarding and stuff like that, hockey, and I of course that's that. If
curling too, I believe.
Curling, curling. That's another thing I don't get. But yeah, it's if let's just say if like curling, if people love curling, that's fine. Look, something that I can't even watch. It's like I'd be like, move faster, I don't know. That's something. Faster. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, it's something I just can't go into. And that's fine. If you guys like that, that's perfect. again, hockey. I love the game of hockey, especially in the Olympics. Speed skating, I'm not into. Ice skating, I'm not into. I can't even move around like that with all these flips and turns and stuff like that. Little zesty moves that they do.
It's amazing. It's amazing to watch.
I know. It's just like they're very flexible. It's like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
Practice, I guess. But yeah, even snowboarding too, I never really got into. So no, if you guys, what's it called? Enjoy that. Yeah, by all means, man. Like I'd love to hear about it. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And obviously, last year you had the Four Nations face-off for the NHL. This is kind of like a continuation of it, just with more countries too. So I think the USA has a pretty good chance of winning the gold. At least we hope. But Canada's going to come back again strong this year, and nobody's really going to have a fall off too. I think Sweden should be a lot better. Finland, Russia too, because a lot of NHL players are Russian as well. So it should be a good Olympic, but go USA pretty much.
Yeah.
Hopefully they win.
Go USA. USA. USA.
USA.
Oh,
let's do a quick
yeah.
I guess we can start our Yankee talk a little bit early tonight since we pretty much discussed everything.
I don't know if Joe wants to come up and talk about that.
I'll just give a scoreboard update real quick before.
Yeah, it might be a different stream. So yeah. Yeah, go ahead. You can,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So currently the Knicks are down 73-48 in the third quarter. The Heat are beating the Celtics 67-49 in the third quarter. Pacers and the Bucks lead 54-47 at halftime, and the Timberwolves lead 70-56 over the Pelicans. Coming up at 10 o'clock, Grizzlies and Trailblazers, and then Clippers against the Kings. Speaking of which, I don't think any new trade acquisition has made their debut yet for any teams.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Like Alvarado, he'll play the next game, and Harden will play the next game and all that.
Yeah.
Unless if you're injured, then you don't play until you're ready to play. But
yeah, I would say in the next maybe game or two, but I don't know. It all depends. Yeah, it all depends with that too. Score update with the Knicks. Pistons are up 75-48, third quarter, 6:42 to play. Josh Hart with 2 points, 5 rebounds. Mitchell Robinson, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Jalen Brunson with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and Mikal Bridges with 17 points. So he's leading the scoring.
Okay,
no scoring affair tonight so far. So doesn't look good, both ends, offensive and defensive. So I don't know.
Well, it's good that Bridges is finding himself again, because he was struggling a little bit before. I think because I don't know your take on this, but from my view, it looked like he was just catching and shooting instead of trying to find his mid-range jump shot, because we know in the mid-range that's where he succeeds. I know he was shooting a lot more threes this past season, and he's been pretty good. He's been a good three-point shooter, but his specialty is when he's operating from inside the paint and inside the perimeter.
Yeah.
I
like that. He has like a and that was. I'm still like sort of in shock how they picked him up with the Nets, but yeah, just all around I do like what I'm seeing from Bridges. I really do. It would be great if the other players can pick it up tonight too. But as far as him, he's doing his due diligence as a Knicks player. So
yes, yeah. I just can't believe the Pistons, like number one in the East. A few years ago they weren't even in the play-in, and now they are. Remember when they had Monty Williams as head coach, and now they hired JB Bickerstaff, and they're number one in the East, and good for them. Didn't they make a trade? I think they traded Ivy.
I
believe they made some sort of a trade too.
I don't know. I might have
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I might have missed that. I like one of my favorite memories of the Pistons actually was when Ben Wallace was on there, and this was called the Malice at the Palace. This is where Indiana Pacers and Detroit went full blown brawl against each other, even the fans too. Wow. I think it's Ron Artest. Sorry, Meta World Peace. Ron Artest. for some reason, Ben Wallace thought it was a hard foul. Ben Wallace shoved him, and then that's just when it started. So Ron Artest was laying on the table, and some fan threw a soda at him. So Ron Artest went up to the stands and started punching the fan. And I believe there was another guy. Was it Richardson? I forgot who it was. Stevenson. I think Stevenson. He joined in, and they were just. And then it's just the fans were trying to attack the Pacers, and they had to forfeit the game. So that was like that was like one of the wild games I ever saw, especially with Detroit too. They had a beast as a lineup too. Ben Wallace was feared, man. Like you couldn't even. Yeah, he was crazy. But I remember that. Malice at the Palace. If you guys never heard of that, look it up, man. It's crazy. Yeah. It's nuts.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And yes, so the Pistons did trade Jaden Ivey to the Bulls.
Oh, okay.
So it was
all right.
The Bulls got Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. And the Pistons got Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a 2026 first round pick. So I guess that was a 3-team trade too.
Okay. Oh wow, I didn't miss that. Wow. All right.
Because Mike Conley was on the forgot.
The Bulls, no? Didn't Kobe White and Conley Jr. get traded?
Yes. Yeah.
To the Hornets. The Hornets.
Right.
The Charlotte Bobcats.
Hornets. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'm like.
It was the Bobcats. Now it's the.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Okay,
Whatever
this was just so many trades. This was just two teams, Pistons and Bulls.
Whatever their pronouns want to be, I don't care. Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, so Ivy to the Bulls for Huerter, Saric, and a first-round pick swap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's speaking of Malice at the Palace, it's like it's entertaining to watch, but obviously it's very dangerous. It's almost like a street brawl, yeah. But like now it's like, fights now is just, I don't know, it's almost like, slapping matches like on the shoulder and stuff like that. It's just like you don't think it's gonna happen, but you just never know. I mean, you're really those times are. I mean, I'm never gonna say there's never gonna be fights anymore. Obviously, you have people that flop like fish, or they sort of like people like LaMelo Ball shove his player out of the way and do a jump shot while smiling. You have stuff like that right now. So in regards to toughness, I don't know about the NBA with toughness. That's why I say it's more athletic now than being tough. No one really intimidates me in that aspect. I'm like, there's no one that I can say I don't want to mess with him. That's why I say Ben Wallace. That guy is just he never smiles. But like in terms of people with being athletic, like big guys taking, even Karl Anthony Towns, like him taking threes, or like you have Wemba taking threes too. It's a different game. You don't really have like big guys like Shaq anymore to be like, I'm out of the way whenever he dunks. This is why it's a different time and era. Yes, exactly. 90s. I'm not gonna shove away the 70s too, or 80s or 70s. Let's just talk about the 90s really quick too. It's like yeah, you had brawls between the Knicks and Pacers, the Bulls too. It's like if they hit you hard, you didn't flop. You took it, and if you got hurt, you got hurt. And even with whether it was a charging foul or a blocking foul, it's just you didn't really win an Academy Award for just flopping and just pretending that you're dead. But yeah, it's a different time now. And again, look, with the 90s and earlier on, they had toughness and they had athleticism too, but it's a different athleticism now. You had your specialty role players back in 90s. You didn't see Dikembe Mutombo taking threes, or Sean Bradley, the tall guy, taking threes too. So even George Murison, you remember him, the guy with the crooked nose, the pretzel nose. Yeah, the pretzel nose guy. No, he's handsome. No, yeah, you didn't see him taking three. So you had roles for each person. So now it's different. It's like, yeah, sure, you're a center, but then you're taking like Stephen Curry type three. So yeah, but it's like if they take it, they take it. That's fine. But it's a different time now too. I know we all like to compare But you know, right now it's, you know, even with the product that they're putting out, it's like you could always say, "Oh, this is not the like." In my time, it was totally different, but now it's like someone else's time, and they love it, you know. So, but even you say the same thing about, you know, baseball, wrestling too. That I'm the same way with that. That's another topic of conversation where I'm a big NWO guy. You know, I'm not a fan of the stables now, but whatever. That's another topic of conversation. Anyway, the Heifer wants us to wrap it up.
Oh,
So,
one more thing,
any
though.
final thoughts?
Oh, yes. My final thoughts.
Yeesh.
So, unfortunately, we didn't have our guest, Jermaine Jones, come on tonight. But did you know that he was 6'8", 218 pounds when he was drafted?
Tall
And
guy, big guy.
he was considered a small forward. I'm like, what the heck? Right? I'm like, in today's age, you would be like, you know, a center or at least a power forward in that matter. But back then, it just shows, you know, the physicality of what it was. You know, back then, you didn't have, you know, like Jimmy says, now they're soft. Yeah, they're soft. Nobody would be, you know, 6'8", 218 pounds and not play to their size. You know, back then, you would play to your physicality, and that just shows how much the game has changed.
Yep.
And like how it was back then, you would always compare other players who were physical to others' size as well, and everybody would pretty much, you know, play to their weight, and, you know, it wouldn't be, you know, a flopping contest or, you know, anything like that. It would be a tough-nosed, hard game. So one of the questions that I would have asked him was, did you feel like it was in your position and in need of success to play to your size and be physical because everybody else is pretty much doing that at the same time? And did you feel like you had an advantage over other people too? But
good question.
That would have been an interesting answer, I would have thought, from him if he came on. But, you know, something to just think about in the future is, you know, think about the past from the game, obviously the 90s, because he was drafted, I believe, in 99, and he played until 2007. And he played with guys like Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson too. So, no, that would have been very interesting to talk to that about him a little bit. But hopefully next time, we know Nathan does a great job of getting guests on the show, so I'm sure he'll come back to us. But no, great show tonight, Chef Nick. It was a lot of fun with Nathan in the beginning, and then, you know, us two leading the way on. It really is fun talking about the NBA, getting different perspectives, learning new things as well from the chat and everybody. But thank you guys for a great show, and come join us at 9:30. We'll have a Yankees update for you guys, and of course, Chef Nick will have his famous recipe introduction, talking about the Super Bowl recipes a little bit. So come on by for that, and you know, we'll see you guys soon. But Chef, you're awesome. You're amazing. And have a great night. And we'll see you in 7 minutes.